What's in your beer? And how is it made, you ask? Well, let me tell you. It all starts with milling. Milling is what you do to crack the grain, which allows you to get access to all those tasty sugars inside your malt. Once cracked, your grain heads into the mash mixer. This is where brewing truly begins. Milled grain goes into the mash tun, and hot water is mixed in. Steam jackets on the walls of the mixer raise the temperature and activate the enzymes which convert the starches into fermentable sugars. The ratio of fermentable sugars and non-fermentable sugars determines how high the alcohol content will be. Then it's off to the lauter tun. Lautering is the separation of the wort from the mashed grain. Jets spray the grain with hot water to extract every last bit of sugar from the husk. The kettle is where the hops are generally added into the wort. Hops are used to balance the sweetness of the malt and provides bitterness and aroma to the beer. The hop plant is a varietal climbing vine and is a close relative to the cannabis plant. Only female hop plants are used because they produce a cone-like flower that is packed with organic acids and essential oils. We get most of our delicious hops from right here in the Pacific Northwest. Once you've gone through this boiling process, you have this sometimes smelly material called spent grain. The leftover spent grain is sent to local cattle farmers to be used as feed. After the kettle, you've got to bring that wort down in temperature. We're off to a fantastic machine called the wort cooler. We use a heat exchanger and nothing but good old-fashioned cold water. Now that you've got wort that is a friendly temperature for our little friends, the yeast, you can throw that in. The yeast variety determines the style of beer you're going to make. Here at VI Brewing, we make ales and lagers. Once your yeast is done fermenting, you've got to clarify it. Our beer is run through a centrifuge. Clarified beer that is ready for packaging is carbonated and stored in bright tanks. Beer that's ready for packaging is put into cans, kegs, and bottles for your consumption. Now that your beer's been packaged, we don't just let it run out the door willy-nilly. We have an in-house lab at VI Brewing where we test all of our beer to ensure its quality and, most importantly, its drinkability. To ensure that we can consistently churn out the best tasting beer, we're always testing our yeast for its viability and its health. And there you have it. That's brewing front to back. Look at all the science that goes into a tasty pint of beer.